Seattle, the city known for coffee, rain, and tech billionaires, not for the kind of horror story that sounds ripped straight out of a dark crime drama. But this one's real. An 88-year-old woman, Emma Cotton, was nearly beaten to death times and times, had her finger bitten off, all for a diamond ring. Yeah, not stolen, not slipped off, times bitten off. Asterisk. If this doesn't sound like the definition of evil in human form, I don't know what does. And before you think this is some grim exaggeration, it's not. This happened in broad daylight, in her own backyard, in a quiet Seattle neighborhood, the kind of place where neighbors borrow sugar and wave from driveways, not where monsters show up behind you while you're cleaning your porch. Let's rewind to October 13th. Emma, 88 years old, under 100 pounds, was doing something completely ordinary, tidying up her porch. You know, the kind of chore that keeps you moving, keeps you sharp. But then, she felt someone breathing behind her, and when she turned around, that ordinary afternoon turned into pure nightmare fuel. He demanded her belongings. She refused because this woman wasn't just cleaning her porch, she was standing her ground. That refusal triggered something vile. The attacker punched her, repeatedly, until her face was swollen beyond recognition. Then he dragged her into her garage, where he continued the assault until, in a final act of brutality, he times bit off her finger, times to steal her diamond ring before running off. Yeah, let that sink in. This man didn't just rob her, he mutilated her for jewelry. But here's where the story stops being just horrifying and becomes something almost supernatural. Emma survived. She spent 3 days in the ICU with brain bleeding, multiple fractures, an injury so severe her sons could barely recognize her. One of them said her head had swollen to the size of a basketball. And yet she's alive. Her son Ricky called it something spiritual. Now, most people her age wouldn't survive an assault like that, let alone recover. But Emma did. That's not just survival, that's defiance. It's resilience on a level that makes you rethink what strength really looks like. And here's where the story takes a turn from tragedy to mission. Because Emma's sons Ricky, Marvin, and their brother aren't sitting around waiting for justice to fall from the sky. They're out there talking to the public, pushing this story into every corner of the internet, begging anyone with information to help find the monster who did this. The Seattle police and the King County Sheriff's Office have joined forces, releasing surveillance footage of the suspect because, yeah, this guy is still out there, breathing free air while an 88-year-old woman recovers from what no one should ever endure. Now, pause for a second. Think about that. This isn't a story about a faceless crime statistic. It's about an elderly woman who should have been safe in her own home, in her own city, and instead became a victim of unspeakable violence. But she's still fighting. That's what makes Emma's story so powerful. The attacker may have taken her ring, but he didn't take her spirit. And honestly, the fact she's alive might just be the thing that leads to his downfall, because now the world's watching. Police have urged anyone with information to call Seattle's violent crimes tip line. Someone out there knows who this man is. Someone's seen his face, heard his story, or noticed something off. And in cases like this, silence isn't just dangerous, it's deadly. And while we wait for justice, let's be clear. This story isn't just about a crime. It's about how fragile safety really is and how strength sometimes wears the face of an 88-year-old woman who refused to surrender. Because if Emma Cotton can endure this and still fight to recover, the least we can do is not look away. So, if this story shook you, good. It should. Share it. Talk about it. Because one share, one comment, one call could be the thing that gets this guy off the streets before he does it again. And Emma, she's already done her part. It's our turn now. If you believe in justice, real justice, hit that like button, share this story, and drop a comment sending strength to Emma Cotton. Because heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they just wear courage.